if the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was a pyramid, it would have started with the comic book, moved up to the cartoon, moved up to the first movie, and then that would have been the center right there. Would have been Ninja Turtles 2.
Yeah, and then the other side would have just been a jagged pile of fucked up debris rapidly plummeting downhill. But yeah, those Hostess snack cakes with the stuff, and yeah, man, fucking Ninja Turtles were on like SpaghettiOs and shit.
Yeah, SpaghettiOs. Their marketing, it was just insane. As a matter of fact, their marketing is, I think, what killed them.
They had a Ninja Turtle cereal. I actually had a cereal bowl.
Oh, yeah, I had that.
That was shaped like the Ninja Turtle, and you were just like eating out of his belly while he was looking all happy at you.
Yeah, it's like you skin the Ninja Turtle. It's like what Shredder would have been eating out of. If like
It's actually kind of horrifying now that I think about it.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like laying up, arms and legs out with the shell, and it's just like, you know you want it.
Yeah, but his stomach is hollowed out, so you're basically just eating out of all this.
Fill it with turtle soup.
Makes me want turtle soup now, actually. Yeah, so after Ninja Turtles 2 was actually when they did the Out of Their Shells tour. This was before the third movie actually came out. When they were at the height of their marketability. Mind you, not the height of their popularity.
Yeah.
It's when they've sold their soul to more people than Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, which is saying something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right up there at that level of advertising.
Freaking Duck Dynasty condoms.
Yes, for the love of God, buy more Duck Dynasty condoms. We don't want you idiots reproducing.
Yeah, anyway, the Out of Our Shells tour mixed with there was a second one, remember?
Yeah.
Coming Out of Our Shells tour, and then there was like a second one that had even worse animatronics.
Although, to be fair, that wasn't necessarily their fault. Everybody had a stage show back then.
Yeah.
The Power Rangers, Mortal Kombat had a fucking stage show, alright?
Yeah.
So let's not talk about people sinking too low. You know, everybody has apparently sucked dick for coke at one point or another.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting from those stage shows.
Yeah. Anyway, Ninja Turtles came to a town near you. They decided to put away their weapons and pick up instruments because they're swearing away from violence.
They were fighting Shredder with music.
Yeah.
At one point, they used one of April's credit cards to make invisibility belts.
I don't remember that, but
I just remember that particular part stuck in my head because I was like, "Wait, you can do that?"
You were very impressionable.
I'm very imaginative, so it's like if someone tells me, I'm like, "Could you do that?"
It's like
maybe if I tuck it in the back of the belt, maybe. No, I'm not invisible yet. Can anybody still see me?
That's not your thinking invincibility.
No.
It's like put it on your pants pocket and then shoot yourself in the head. Yeah.
That's a PSA right there.
Anyway, so yeah, there's two tours which featured really shitty songs. You can probably look them up. Well, no, you can look them up on YouTube because, unfortunately, for one reason, I felt the need to do that one year. I think probably to show my wife that they existed because she didn't believe me.
And now you have to live with the night terrors.
Exactly.
Good for you.
Anyway, after that shitstorm, they hadn't really learned a lesson. There was still like a little bit of blood to squeeze out of the shell, so they made Turtles in Time. Mm-hmm. Ninja Turtles 3. Which,
okay, Ninja Turtles, this is the other thing about Ninja Turtles 2 that I was thinking about that I almost glanced over. But, okay, so, we're at the TGRI building. They're doing this disposal thing with all the ooze. They put it into a big complicated machine which basically just drains out the containers. Where is it draining to? They never really say. Is there a giant tank under the place? Does it just go into the open sewer? What if it did? You know, TGRI never really finished their cleanup effort, and even if they had been, you know, some of that shit gets in the sewer, all of a sudden there's mutated alligators and crocodiles attacking the city, and the Ninja Turtles have to stop them.
Yep.
That right there, Turtles 3. That would have made a friggin' awesome movie.
It would have, but...
Cockroach alligator hybrids swarming out of the sewers.
Yep. But you know what's even better than that? Taking away any other mutants besides the Turtles, not having Shredder, and having a point where April and Casey Jones are babysitting a bunch of confused samurai that are nothing more than comedy relief.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about the Mongolians in, fuck it, what's that movie? Night at Museum.
Oh, yeah. Or Genghis Khan and Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
I mean, you basically got this, like, fish out of water time travel deal, which is basically played for laughs.
Yeah.
You know, Casey Jones shows them a hockey game on TV, and there's a fight going on. And then he's like, okay, guys, I let you watch the show. Let's play hockey. And then the samurais all throw down their sticks and start punching each other. And it's like, no.
Yeah, because at that point, I think what the main problem was is that the producers of the movies figured, fuck, the kids don't care don't really care. They just want to see turtles on the screen. Which was also a problem with RoboCop 3, which we'll get into in our movie sequel.
Yeah, when we talk about RoboCop.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the animatronics were
Crap.
leagues below the other two movies, to the point where it might have been like one step above the...
Although, is that the one where they started putting a little, like, colorful liver spot-looking things on them?
They were,
Because I thought that looked kind of cool. I mean, I thought I would have liked to have seen that. Like, having seen it in the third movie, it would have been nice to see it in the first two.
Yeah.
But that's like, you know, putting the best coat of paint on a DeLorean with a big hole in the trunk.
Well, the thing is that they based the designs of the turtles in the third movie off of the coming out of their shells turtles. Because if you looked at the features of the turtles, they matched those more than they did from the turtles of the other movies.
But I like the color spots, that's all I'm saying.
They were lighter. Yeah, they were a lot lighter in the third movie, and and they had the like the color spots on them,
which is a bit more turtleish, you know. I'll give you that.
The actual animatronic movement of their mouth was limited in that movie to just up and down rather than the actual movement of
like when the turtles actually had lips.
Yeah,
where they would actually say, and you could see the
you
words
could see enunciation.
forming.
Yeah.
Now it's just like this.
Yeah,
but that movie was stupid. So yeah. April finds a lantern-looking thing, this cool scepter, and she gives it to Splinter, and then, you know, the scepter lights up, and April goes back in time and is replaced by this dude who's suddenly wearing her clothes. I wonder if they exchanged underwear, too.
You think they would?
There'll be a scene where this guy's trying to, like, get out of these modern clothes, and he's like...
But then again, you know, Japanese men back then, as far as at least the underwear style goes, it probably wouldn't have been too far, especially if she was wearing a thong. Because remember, that's the kind of underwear that men wore back then in Japan.
Yeah, they wore that
wrap. Yeah, they did a wrap and it kind of came up like a thong.
Which is fine. I'm just mostly considering like what his response would be to the bra. I mean, like suddenly he's like, "Oh, my chest feels constrained." Like, like find me a knife so I can cut myself free. But yeah, so she disappears, and then they're like, "Well, how did that happen?" And then they grab the scepter, and 4 samurai get transported to New York in the future. They go back in time. They're all dressed up like samurais because apparently those normal guys' armors are now suddenly fitting on giant turtles.
Yeah, because...
Fucking stupid.
Because of reasons.
Oh yeah, they run into Casey Jones's ancestor in the past.
In Japan.
Well, it's hinted that it's the same actor, I think, but it's just kind of like implied that this guy was Casey Jones's like great-great-great-grandfather or something.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a totally stupid movie.
Yeah.
I don't even think we've given it, you know...
I mean, okay, you know, this makes The Last Samurai look like a historical documentary, okay?
It's like the 4 ninja demons or something, or turtle demons.
Yeah, and it was like they were prophesized, and...
Yeah. God. Yeah, and anyway, I think that's really enough of Turtles 3, because honestly,
the less we dwell on it, the better. But then, well, you know what? I want to talk about the TV show with the chick turtle. But before we do that, I want to actually talk about the TMNT movie. The animated movie.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have to cover that, because technically,
cover that first, cause
it's supposed to be in canon with the movies.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit out there and a little weird, but if you look at some of the hints in the background and some of the implications of the storyline, you know, they actually say the Shredder is gone. And the Turtles are like, yeah, the Shredder's gone. And, like, they got his fucking helmet on Splinter's treasure wall.
Yeah, the wall that...
along with the scepter from Turtles 3.
Yeah, which was actually... that wall was in the third movie, I remember, where they put the thing.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember them really having a trophy case as such. But they probably had some place where they were putting all their, bits and pieces.
Yeah. I did like Raphael in that movie, like his armor.
Yeah, his black SWAT gear.
Yeah, like wherever the fuck he got that, because I remember, didn't the helmet kind of fold up or something like that?
It was actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was like Shades of Power Rangers.
Yeah. But yeah, he was going off on his own because I guess there wasn't much action happening.
Well, Leo ran off to the jungle.
Yeah.
For reasons. I don't remember exactly if they explained that or not.
Yeah, then Donatello and Michelangelo were doing kids' parties.
Well, Donatello was doing tech support.
Oh.
He was doing phone call tech support.
Was it Raph and Michelangelo?
No, because Donatello had a job doing tech support, and Michelangelo was doing the kids' parties as, like, the awesome turtle or something, where he just had, like,
a
giant
bobblehead
that he put on. And he was just, like, he was himself as a Ninja Turtle, but he had the giant cartoony head on, and everyone's like, hey, a nice costume.
So he was in a party, naked.
Pretty clever, with children.
Yes.
At least he didn't have the... Yeah, turtle... Anyway. So, yeah. But then Raphael was just getting fed up because he wanted to go out and fight. But since Leo was gone, the other two were kind of like, well, I mean, we can't really do anything. Leo's not here. And he's like, well, but... And I think Splinter forbade them to go out and fight crime.
Yeah.
Because of the risk of public exposure and all that.
I still want to know where he got the armor from, because that was some badass stuff he had on there.
Yeah, it was actually some pretty nice next-level shit. But, yeah, he was out there fighting crime, kind of incognito. Yeah,
as a different superhero than, if you consider them superheroes, which I guess you would if you consider Daredevil.
Well, they're technically mutants.
Yeah.
Which makes them, like, every bit as legit as an X-Man.
Yeah.
Or Spider-Man.
Yeah, or Daredevil, or, you know.
It's not like, Casey Jones, who's basically like the Punisher without the guns.
Yeah. Unless you read the comics, because sometimes he'll use guns.
Yeah, and the comics, there was a lot of guns and death.
And decapitations.
And cybernetics.
Yeah. That was some of the good stuff in the...
But yeah, the TMNT movie, that's when they got into, like... The guy who was immortal, and he was trying to summon these monsters to finish a spell to make all of his friends immortal, and they were going to take over the world.
And then it turns out that they wanted to betray him. Of course.
Yeah, okay. Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course!
We can't afford to do the clip thing. We could do the clip thing, but...
Of course.
It seems kind of tacky now. Everyone does it.
Yeah.
It's like, that's how you know someone is a fan of Channel Awesome. It was like, I was watching a Brandon to the Past. Guy does goofy Pokemon videos. Pretty funny stuff. But at one point, he actually did the of course gag. It was like they were talking about how one of the Pokemon organizations, one of the bad guy groups, wanted to take over the world. And then, of course! And I was like, ha-ha! 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 He's one of us. But yeah, so... taking over the world. Plan doesn't work out for him so good, though. Apparently the Foot Clan is still around, and it's being run by this kind of attractive, dark, broody ninja chick.
Yeah, who may or may not be working with the Shredder, who might not be so dead.
Who knows?
We'll never know, because unfortunately they didn't carry up after.
They didn't pick that up. And the cartoon that kind of looks like this movie really apparently doesn't have anything to do with the movie.
Yeah.
At least not in that sense.
And the Turtles have a third toe, on the, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. You don't really think about that, but yeah, there's actually 2 toes.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtles have 2 toes.
And 3 fingers.
Because the toes are basically like organic tabby boots, yeah.
And they got the 3 fingers, because that's really all you need. It's just 2 for gripping and the opposable thumb, no big deal.
That's right. 3 fingers. That's all you need.
That's right.
So, yeah. So, anyway, I think that cartoon was...
That movie was not bad. I enjoyed it. I liked the way the turtles looked. I liked the animation style. It was smooth. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of goofiness to it. And it had just the right measure of, you know, sincerity and comedy. It was a good movie. I mean, I would have liked it better live action.
Yeah.
But who wouldn't?
They probably just didn't have the budget for it, or they just couldn't do the visual effects.
I'm also kind of torn about April, you know, training to fight.
Like her being a ninja?
It kind of goes along with Daphne in the Scooby-Doo movie, where, like, they separated for a while, and she learned how to do fucking karate and shit.
Yeah.
Because she was tired of getting kidnapped. I mean, I guess it makes sense, as, like, pretty much every movie has the thing where April gets kidnapped or is otherwise put into jeopardy, and she has absolutely no idea how to help herself. So I guess it makes sense that she'd be like, hey, you know what? One of you guys is going to teach me karate. Huh? Yeah.
I mean, hanging out with ninjas, I don't know how I wouldn't pick up.
Yeah, that would have been like the second thing I asked. Like, hey, how come you're turtles? 2, can I get some lessons? Kick, punch, it's all in the mind, you know? You know? Ninjutsu! Funny as hell.
Yeah, so after that movie, they kind of...
That's pretty much it for the Turtles movies.
Yeah, they did do a live-action TV show for one season on Fox.
Which had a crossover with the Power Rangers.
Yeah, because I think it was actually done by Saban, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think they were kind of Well, they were both on Fox, too, so...
Yeah.
Inter-promotional stuff, because the Turtle show wasn't doing so good. So I guess they figured putting the Turtles and the Power Rangers together might give the Turtles a boost, but it didn't work.
No, because on Power Rangers they showed up brainwashed by whatever villain was on that particular show, and then they crossed over to the Ninja Turtles TV show for an episode, but I mean, the Power Rangers are kind of like dropping a nuclear bomb on an ant as far as like the problems that the Ninja Turtles usually face.
Actually, you know what that kind of reminds me of? It's probably been a while since you've seen any of the TGIF stuff, but you remember that one night where Urkel crossed over to every show on TGIF? He was like on Full House and Step by Step. It was like every show, Urkel showed up in it. He just kept wind up getting taken from show to show by some strange... I forget exactly what happened, but he was in every show that one night.
That must have been like after the show kind of jumped the shark when Urkel went from being like, you know, like a nerdy kid to
some kind of
like,
mad scientist.
Yeah, with his like time travel machine and like the cloning
evil
himself.
Robot.
Yeah.
The evil robot, and then he made that Jekyll and Hyde formula that turned him into the smooth-talking Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan, that was it.
Yeah.
Who actually ended up permanently separating. Wasn't he the one who ended up with...
all kinds of nutty professor shit going on.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Sidetrack, get that shit out of here.
Yeah, so they had a female Ninja Turtle on the live-action TV show, which I guess
it was inevitable, because that was around the time where everyone tried to sneak a female character in if they could.
Yeah, to get that.
The Ninja Turtles are all boys. How do we appeal to girls? Make a girl turtle, because nobody wants to be April O'Neil.
Yeah, exactly.
Except Megan Fox, and she did a shit job apparently.
Well, it's Megan Fox. I mean, say what you will, but she's not hired for any job for her acting talent.
It's true. Especially not a hand job.
It depends on what she's acting like, I guess. But anyway, all Megan Fox being a whore aside, we'll move on to the next bit of Ninja Turtle-ness, which was actually, I believe, that Nickelodeon CGI cartoon.
Yeah, which was kind of like the movie, but kind of not. I mean, they were kind of like... One was a jumping off point for the other, but it still didn't seem to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, I might be wrong. I never really watched it, but,
I mean,
you know...
These were all, like, false starters. It's like somebody went back and was like, hey, you know, the stuff from the 80s is getting big again. Let's re-release Ninja Turtles, because everyone loved those. The new generation of kids will absolutely go apeshit over it. And, of course, just like everything else they've tried to do that with so far, not so much. But
all the kids are just like, you know what? We don't like this.
Yeah, but if we're going to compare the the original Ninja Turtles pyramid here with the modern day Ninja Turtles pyramid, the resurgence, starting with the TMNT movie.
Basically what we have is a really nice pile of very well-crafted blocks.
Yeah.
And then nothing after it because nobody built the pyramid.
Yeah. So it's basically...
It's a pile of building supplies off to the side.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the pinnacle so far is the new live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, which is... This is the block for this generation's Ninja Turtles. This was the pyramid of the 80s Ninja Turtles.
So they've got a really nice set of blueprints on how they could make a good pyramid if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
But they ain't gonna.
So, with everything set aside, I mean, the new Ninja Turtles movie that came out, the Michael Bay one, I've seen it.
I refuse.
Yeah, everybody might crucify me for this, but I actually didn't mind it. I thought I would. I so thought I would. I didn't mind it.
It's like I don't even know you anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever actually do get around to watching it somehow, some way, in some parallel universe...
Okay, you know how I'm going to get around to watching it? The way that guy in the Clockwork Orange got around to watching his re-education videos. I'm going to be strapped into a recliner with my eyes held open while you and Bridget are applying eye drops while the movie is playing.
So you heard our next random, folks. I'm going to play Beethoven in the back, or Ludwig. Yeah.
Oh, not Beethoven. lovely Ludwig van.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the new movie. I mean, if we have like a new fan base or what have you, newer kids, you probably know this better than anything else. This is probably that last Nickelodeon cartoon.
You are so lucky I forgot my phone. I'd be playing the Troll song right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot more references to the original Ninja Turtles cartoon than there were in the original Ninja Turtle live-action movies. They had the turtle van. They did. They had Jules and or Vern. What was that dude's name? You know, the cameraman, like the unofficial sidekick of April O'Neil.
Well, I remember there was that chick Irma.
Yeah.
Who was like her friend who worked in the office.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell that guy did. I mean...
He was a cameraman, or...
There was a cameraman, but I don't think it was the guy you're thinking of.
I don't know, but in that movie he was the cameraman. But he was actually, at least in it, Irma was in it for a short period of time. But the big problem there is that April got fired in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and she was no longer a reporter up until...
That and the fact that if you look at the actual cartoon, April was the hot one. Irma was the not-so-hot, but definitely smarter friend that April would bring to clubs to make her look a little bit better. But in this movie, Megan Fox, April.
Yeah.
There's not enough ugly chicks in the world to make her look any more attractive than she already is. I mean, don't get me wrong, she is a shit actress. But I'd hit that in a minute if I had the chance. She don't have to be acting for that part.
Or maybe she did a little... Yeah. Maybe she's like, don't hit me, Raphael.
Zip. There ain't gonna be no acting.
Yeah.
Rescue me, turtles. Like, why you call me a turtle?
Hey, don't touch me like that, Shredder. I'll do what I want, bitch. Hey. Like, why are you talking to me like that? Hey, shut up. Like, Jay-Z, what are you doing over there? With your friend, what?
Jay-Z? What?
You know.
Now, I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce should have been in that scene in your head.
But Beyonce should have been one fucking Shredder.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
This is another one of those franchises where I say, if you're going to make a movie out of it, put me in charge. I could guarantee you I would not only make the best damn Ninja Turtles movie anyone had ever seen, but I would also make the best superhero movies anyone's ever seen. DC, Marvel, Image, I'll work for anybody. I swear to fucking God I will. You get me in front of with some camera and some sets and some movies and actors and sets and costumes
and movies
and special effects.
And paper. Lots and lots of paper. With words coming down.
We were 5 minutes out of Las Vegas when the drugs kicked in. You know, it's just like, I could make these movies because I know what the fans want. You know, we want a nice subtle origin thing, because the Ninja Turtle origin is not Superman's origin or Batman's origin. It's literally, hey, turtles, rats, mutation, poof, ninja. Okay, that takes like 5 minutes out of an hour and a half movie.
Yeah.
I actually want to do 2 hours, though. Because I want to get some shit done. You know, I want to properly introduce Splinter and the Shredder. I want to start with, you know, Master Roshi and, you know, I wanted to start there and then come across.
Yeah.
You know, I want the first 10 or 15 minutes of my movie to be a Japanese mafia flick. Just straight up Yakuza shit.
Yeah. Or, you know what would be awesome? Would be doing a Turtles prequel. We'd have to bill it as a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
But do a better job than Prometheus did with the whole aliens thing. But have, like, a straight out, like, you know, like, super violent kung fu, like a movie all by itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the history between the two characters.
Yeah, because it really wouldn't even be about Splinter. It'd be about, you know, Hamato Yoshi and Oroku Saki.
Yeah, it'd be like fucking Ninja Assassin. You remember that movie?
Yeah, but it would just be those two guys, and then it would end with, you know, Shredder getting his face fucked up by the rat and killing the dude, and then, you know, the rat escapes, you know, because they're already in New York at that point, because that's where the whole thing would end up. But yeah, straight up Yakuza shit, and, you know, the guy's like, hey, I could stay here and make a criminal empire of my own. So he just brings the franchise to America.
Yeah.
And then, boom, next movie, Turtles.
Exactly.
Or just do that in the first 20 minutes of my movie.
Yeah.
People won't even know what they're watching. Then all of a sudden, cut to 17 years later or 15 years later, and then all of a sudden, you got Ninja Turtles fighting, you know, thugs and hooligans.
Yep. Soccer hooligans. Mohawks.
Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea.
Putting Vinnie Jones.
Putting Vinnie Jones in anything isn't a bad idea.
Yeah. Could you imagine him acting opposite...
I'd actually want to put him in as, like, Rocksteady. But, like, not like doofy kind of, hey, boss, but he'd be more like the Juggernaut with a fucking rhino head.
Yeah. Which is actually more like the comic book Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Because Rocksteady and Bebop weren't introduced into the comic books until after they were introduced into the cartoons.
And the cartoon really did kind of make them into doofy sidekicks who should have been a lot more effective than they were.
But then again, if you look at the fan base, it's dramatically different between the cartoon and the comic book, too. So you get a lot more realistic feel with the comic book. So, yeah, if you ever have the ability to find some, definitely check out... well, the earlier comics actually are a bit better than the newer ones are.
And they're all black and white.
Yeah, the
original.
original.
Wrap your head around that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think this is a good dropping off point for for Ninja Turtles for now. So much we could talk about. There was a Japanese animated show where they actually all formed together into this giant turtle. Did you know about that one? They had a super form. They had a super form, and in their super form, if they were in trouble, they could connect together, and they made, like, this super turtle. That's for another time.
Really, Japan? Really?
Fucking really.
I mean, I'm okay with Japanese Spider-Man. That was pretty badass, but Ninja Turtles transforming the Super Saiyans and connecting together reminds me of that Fairy Force cartoon.
Which is something...
Yeah, we'll talk about that eventually.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Until then, though, what was your favorite Ninja Turtles cartoon, movie, whatever? Leave a comment down below.
Unless it was actually any of the shit that sucked. Then you can take your comment and shove it up your ass.
You can still leave your comment.
Or you could leave it on the tip of Michael Bay's dick that you've been sucking. Because y'all think the Turtle movie is so cool.
Or what fantasy would you like to put Megan Fox in? Leave that comment down below as well.
Leave all those comments. I got this one in my head where, like, her in the yellow jumpsuit. Oh, and Casey Jones is a dirty murderer. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
It's like,
oops.
yeah, the Shredder falls 5 stories into the back of a garbage truck.